Does it stop or can you start it again? Right, lovely. This actual machine was sent to Kings of Oxford, which was owned by Mike Hailwood's father, and Mike Hailwood, along with Dan Shorey, took this bike and won the Thruxton 500-mile race, the first twin to ever win that particular race. And it is better than it ever came out of the showroom. It was raced around for 500 miles, taking that win, and it's our winner of this class. So there is an award going over to this for the 1950 Triumph T110. And it really is a very, very special machine. It's been fully restored back to condition that you could not believe. But thank you very much indeed. And it's a very special bike that I would love to own, but I know I'm not going to. It's going back to the Triumph Museum. And if you haven't been to the Triumph Museum, you need to go. Do you need a hand to start it or not? I'm going to push it. All right. Thank you very much indeed, Nick. Millyard, who is a magician with his machine shop and everything else. This is a replica of the 297 RC174 that Mike Hailwood had so much success winning the World Championship back in the 60s and 67. This is a replica that this gentleman has made out of bits and bobs, and with his machine shop he's taken two Yamaha engines, welded them up together, he's found carburetors, he's made everything you can imagine on it. Even the front brake has been manufactured in his garage, everything, the tank. It is quite extraordinary. It sounds like the Honda 6 that Mike Hailwood raced, and it even looks like it, and it's absolutely glorious. And I presume, Alan, you don't have a television? Second? You don't have a TV because you're always in the workshop?
No, I don't watch telly.
You don't watch telly. You make these exquisite machines, and we thank you very much indeed for bringing it along. It's won first class in the special award. That is your trophy, so a round of applause for this man who deserves it, because he has spent... How many hours do you think it's taken you to build? Or weeks?
8 months is 5 hours a day.
8 months?
5 hours a day.
8 months, 5 hours a day. What do you do with the other 8 hours? But anyway, 8 months this man has taken to build this bike, and it is very, very beautiful. I love it. Absolutely superb. Yes, please. Next up, the bike that was built by this jam, Mr. Dave Degens from Dresda Racing. This would have been a bike that was produced for racing back in 1975, the Hondastyle Racer. Very, very pretty bike, based very much on the Honda 1000cc engine. It sounds great, it's got a lot of innovation on it when it was raced back in its time. This gentleman was 2 times winner of the Barcelona 24-hour race, and the right man to build the chassis for it. Handled like an absolute dream, had a Honda engine, so it was very, very reliable. Dave, thank you very much indeed for bringing this lovely bike along. And finally, I think it's our last bike here today. This is the Formula 2 Grand Prix winner, prepared by Bill Head. back in the day. That man won the Senior Manx Grand Prix over the years. It set a lap of 122 miles an hour round the Isle of Man. Bill Head Restoration and Manufacturer dealership put this bike together. It was hugely successful back in its day, and it still would be competitive in classic racing right now. Runs like an absolute dream, and you're a very lucky man to own this bike. Thank you very, very much indeed for bringing that along. That is the end of Class C.
Thank you very much, Steve.
Brilliant. That's the motorcycles, as I said, the main class.